everyone, and welcome back to Pineapple Top Hawai'i. Today we'll be making some Filipino pork adobo. Now this recipe is inspired by Benjamin TV. If you guys want to check him out, he does a 24-hour pork belly adobo in a sous vide. We won't be using a sous vide today, but we do have a Dutch oven that we'll be using. Here's our ingredients: white vinegar, black pepper, soy sauce, coconut milk, dried bay leaves, carrots, and an onion. We also have some pork belly, about 1.5 pounds, and then we'll be using 2.5 pounds of some pork shoulder. Let's get cooking. Okay, so our next step is to sear our pork belly and our pork shoulder. We'll be doing it in a cast iron pot that's set on a medium to high heat. We're not putting oil when we're searing because the pork belly has a lot of fat in it, so it's going to render off quite a bit. When you are searing, you don't want to place your meat too close to each other because what will happen is that it will start boiling in its own juices, and we don't want that. So we're going to be placing our meat in here. We're going to be turning it occasionally, and you're just looking for a brown crust. You're not looking to cook your meat fully. Searing is where you just caramelize the outside to give your meat more texture and more flavor. So here we are searing our last batch of pork. You can see how much fat that came off of the pork. Just a tip, if it starts to sizzle or splatter and it kind of gets out of hand, just turn down your stove a little bit. So our pork is done searing. We took that out, set it to the side, and took out some of that oil that was inside the pot and just used just enough to saute our onions. We're just going to saute this just until it's translucent, and then we're going to add in our carrots and saute that for just about a minute. After that, we'll be adding in back our pork, and we'll add in the rest of our ingredients. So we added in our bay leaves, our black pepper, and now we're going to add in the liquid that we measured out, that 1 cup of vinegar and 1 cup of soy sauce. We're just going to put that right on top and then add in our 1 can of coconut milk. We're going to give that a stir, and then we're going to go ahead and cover it, and we're going to turn down the heat. We want it to simmer, not boil. We want it to simmer on the stove with the lid on for about 30 to 45 minutes, or until your meat is tender. So our pork adobo has been cooking for about 35 to 40 minutes. Cover on simmering. We're just gonna check on the tenderness of the meat, and you can see it's falling apart. It's so soft and so good. And I kind of feel like that coconut milk kind of tenderizes it too. So let's plate some up. It looks so good. And here it is, our pork adobo. I like to serve it over a bed of rice, or if I'm eating it for like a lunch, I put two fried eggs, a little drizzle of mayo or some cube pie mayo, and some unagi sauce.